This is the story of Mr. Ling Swee Chan, a story which demonstrates real courage in the face of adversity. A story of a real overcomer. From the first days of Operation Hope Foundation in October 2001, Swee Chan has been an active member on the OHF Board of Directors, where he was personally involved in providing relief to disaster and poverty-stricken villages in Cambodia. He not only helped to build a new school in Baray, but also contributed to the building of what is to become the Hope Village Prey Veng today. On 28 May 2005, Swee Chan's life was changed completely in a single moment. While on holiday with his family in Alabama, USA, Swee Chan's car was hit by a train in a golf course.
By the time we saw the sign, it was already very near to the railway track. The train is less than 20 feet away from the car. So by the time I screamed, I was thrown out. I don't even know how I was thrown out. It was completely blocked. I cannot remember anything. And later, when I went to visit Swee Chan, I cannot imagine. He really looked so bad because he was really tubed from nose up to the leg. Every part, almost every part of his body has tube. But then when he woke up, he was so calm. I mean, I really take my hat off for his courage, and you can see that he's a very strong person, and which I'm very proud to have a husband like him.
Swee Chan was in the intensive care unit for 16 days in the US before being flown back to Singapore by air ambulance. His spinal cord was completely severed from the impact of the collision, immobilizing Swee Chan from chest down. Swee Chan was hospitalized for 6 months. Now he requires the aid of a caregiver to help him with daily tasks. But not once did he ever thought to resign from his duties in OHF.
When I started Operation Hope Foundation in 2001, I asked him to join as a board member, and he willingly agreed. After his accident, he still continued to be very supportive, and despite the amount of pain and the long recovery he had, I find it quite amazing that never once did he tell me that, "Robert, can I resign?" You know, and he never expressed any intention to resign.
I had my accident in May 2005, and what motivated me to carry on is the love of God. God has told me to focus on His goodness and His love, and He has given me many blessings. So He has told me to be joyful and to give thanks in all circumstances. In fact, through the accident, He has drawn our family closer together, and I'm very thankful for the love and the support that my family, my loved ones, has given to me, so that I can carry on the work that I'm doing.
With the commitment and dedication of Swee Chan and his colleagues, Operation Hope Foundation has grown over the years to reach out to even more people who need help.
In OHF, we are different from most other charities in the sense that we run the operation directly ourselves. The main reason why we want to do that is that we want to make sure that our donors' money are well controlled and well spent.
Hope Village Prey Veng is an orphanage under OHF. From the first batch of 8 orphans in 2003, Hope Village now provides shelter, food, education, and a home for more than 120 orphans and abandoned children today.
I'm very happy to be involved in the work that we are doing, helping out the disadvantaged, like the orphans. I could see that they were living in very poor conditions. Their houses were small and dilapidated. Some of them don't even have clothing to wear, running around naked or half naked, without any slippers, barefooted. Some of them don't even have a chance to go to school. And their neighbors also told us that they don't even have enough to eat, and the neighbors have to help them. I like to help the poor, and that's what God likes me to do. I feel that that's what God has directed me to do. What happened has already happened. You can't change the past. But what is important is to choose how you want to look forward to the future, what you want to do.
The Hope Training Center is a newly completed project of OHF, spanning an area of 70,000 square feet. The aim of the training center is to enable the children with skills to establish and sustain a living for themselves in the future.
We are teaching them to do business so that in the end they are able to set up to do business on their own. The idea is that we don't want to just give them fish, but to teach them how to fish. It's a joy to be able to help others. And so I wish that I could continue, even as I grow old, to work enthusiastically and to be active and useful for God.
In December 2010, Swee Chan made another private donation by distributing food to about 170 villagers in a nearby community. Besides being an active board member, Swee Chan is one of the largest donors to OHF.
I hope that the children, when they grow up, they'll be useful members of society and they'll be able to earn a decent living, and they'll always be ready and willing to help people who are less fortunate than them or people who need their help. And of course, I wish that they will settle down and have a happy family of their own. At the end of the day, it's not a matter of how much you have, but what you have done with what you have.
Swee Chan continues to be actively involved and contributing to the work of Operation Hope Foundation, and in his very own way, continue to touch lives and spread the joy of hope.